Right, this is just going to be just a look at my camping setup for the Nissan Patrol when I do extended trips and what I do with the rear seats. So I'll just move over to the car. So in the back door, what I do is I remove the two rear seats out of the back. All the back seats out of the back section are out as well. That's already got a drawer system in it. And what I've got in here is a cage system and a drawer and another shelf. Now the drawer systems, so these drawer systems here, it's a drawer that pulls out both sides of the door. Underneath in this bottom section here, in this cage section, I store my tent, my chairs, poles, anything. And why I've got it set up like this is because I don't, although I've got a roof rack, I don't want to carry anything on the roof rack apart from an awning. I've got a Foxwing 270 on the other side, and on this side I normally just run a single awning out this side, and apart from a shovel and a table, that's all I want on the roof for long trips. I'll just go into the car and show you. So the cage system goes all the way through to the other side. In that, and then I store this Black Wolf tent, which fits along the floor system there, and say some chairs and that, and some poles. And there's the poles are stacked up at the back to take up that space. I've still got some floor space, just got some rubbish in there at the moment. And with the drawer systems, I'll just put the camera on the tripod and I'll pull the drawer system out. Okay, so the drawer system's just got a compression lock, which you can lock as well. And it's only got one locking slide on it, but it's slide both sides. The drawers themselves, as you can see from the side, are just plywood. I can't remember how many kilos they are. I think they're 20 or 15 kilo slides, so they hold a bit. And then obviously just a black drawer inside, just carpeted. The other one's got inside the drawers, it's got another false floor that you can put in there, so you can store laptops and stuff under it. And as I say, with the lock, you can lock everything up if you really want to. Obviously just put those away and lock that. Okay, so just pop around to the other side of the car, exactly the same thing. We've got a drawer on this side, pulls the same thing, pulls outside the door. Probably if I go to the back and show you, that's how far they pull outside of the car. So they give you some easy access. Sometimes I fill one with food, or I've got food in the back, but you can put whatever you want in them. On the top of the drawer system itself, it's a aluminium frame. It's all welded. Obviously the bottom frame's all aluminium with the ampler mesh, so it's nice and light. It's lighter than the seats, so the floor system, the drawer system then's got this rail that goes across the top, which you can just hook straps onto and back into the cage system itself. If you've got bags, I normally just store all loose bags, clothing bags in this section up here. And I've sort of then space, so if I try and move some rubbish. So the top of the drawer system's nearly, this drawer system's nearly level with the top of my cage system, which is in the back. If I'm doing an extended trip like 4 or 5 weeks, this cage system actually comes up to the same height, because then I put a second fridge in that back section there. So I've still got all this storage space in here, sort of solar panels sitting there at the moment. And in the corner, I know it's a bit hard to see with all the bags and that, I've got my cage for my fridge and all that. Then got just a 1500 watt inverter over there in the corner. The drawer systems themselves, they separate here, so they come into two sections. As I said, the drawer systems, there's actually two. They're just bolted together. So when I stick them in, it's just put a bolt there, there's a bolt underneath, there's a bolt on the other side in the same position as this, and that brings the two halves together. And then underneath, if I get the camera right, and the drawer system, then so a bolt then goes through the bottom cage into the drawer system, and same again up the back here. Okay, so here's the cage system with the bottom rubber mat just taken off. The only reason I put a rubber mat down is just so when I've got things resting on there they don't wear through the wire mesh. as I say, because it's wire mesh, it's very light. The whole frame is light. It's all welded together. Now these are the front bolts for the back seats. So I use one bolt there from the back seat, and in your locking mechanism for your seat at the back, there's a hoop. There's a metal hoop that your seat latches into, and I use one of the bolt systems from there as well. And realistically, to remove your two seats out of your rear takes about 10 minutes, 15 minutes at best, 10, probably more around the 10 minutes, and the cage system takes probably about another 10-15 minutes to put in, and that's it. The actual cage itself, to secure it, I'll do this part first. So the cage system is actually bolted to the back drawer system, so that bar there gives it any other, well, it's not strength, it's just in case of worst came to worst, if you ever had an accident, everything is just one system, and then you're set up for your trip. Like you can't move it. Obviously I'm moving the camera with me weekend, but it's solid as a rock. That's it. So I just finished a trip, so now the plan is to take all this out and unbolt it. Why I've got the two top drawers, why they split down the middle section there, because when I'm not using them they go back into the garage, and I use them actually as storage for tools and whatever, and yeah, so they've got a dual purpose there. The cage goes hiding into storage. I'll just go around in the back, and the back's nothing special, it's just full of stuff at the moment, but I'll go there. Okay, this is just a bit more of an uncluttered view of the back cage system. So again, we've got the fridge, we've got a cage, sample mesh, storage underneath, storage above it. It's got a bit of carpet, just cable tied down to the top of the ample mesh just to stop things falling through. It's got hook up points that you can just hook like straps on, like this, anywhere. And then it's just bolted into, this is a plywood drawer top, so bolted in. That space is just there when I lift everything up to put that second fridge in, just ready to go. Fair bit of space. Again, secure, strong. It's just all welded sections, and that's it. Okay, so not sure how many minutes that was. That was in 2-speed time lapse that I've taken the system out. So there's your that's the one we use. We use that bolt there. It's obviously reinforced. That's your front seat bracket, and your other front seat bracket, and obviously then you've got another two on that side, and that's the latch I was talking about, the loop, and we use, again, that's reinforced, and we use that bolt there. Okay, and here's the system over here. So there's the two drawers now separated, so they'll go back into being used as storage. There's the cage system itself. Good angle. So really, apart from making a flat base, the only thing you've got to work out is the angles to match the mounting points. Just that's really it. It's not a hard system to actually make if you can weld aluminium. I've got a full video on making it, but it's pretty boring with the drawers. And if you don't have, I suppose, at least a TIG welder, you can't really do it. Where the backs of the drawers go together. So this is where the bolt comes through, and it bolts into, I've got nutserts all the way around onto the back, and then down on the bottom into the grass, and that's what bolts these two two drawers back to back together.